And I tell you what, we watched the face-off earlier. These two had very little love for each
now,
other.
ladies and gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds in the professional bantamweight division. Introducing first the fighter on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 135.5 pounds with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat. Fighting out of American Top Team, Lawrenceville, Georgia, Kongo Bakatukanda. And his opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 136.5 pounds with a record of 3 wins and 1 defeat. Fighting out of the Piedmont Training Center, Gastonia, North Carolina, Dylan, the Future, Cala. Your referee, Blake Grice.
All right, at both the weigh-ins and the face-off earlier today, very little respect shown between Kongo Bakatukanda and Dylan Cala. The good thing about a fight is that you can settle those respect differences right in the middle of the cage. We're going to see that from these two guys.
And here we go, right to it. And Kongo goes for the takedown, but it's Dylan Cala on top. I think this is a very evenly matched fight. I'll tell you, Kongo's a tough little competitor, and we've seen what Dylan Cala can do.
Kongo looked like he wanted the takedown there. Great reversal by Cala. And Cala's one of those guys that just seems calm, poised, and collected at all times, but he doesn't match that in his aggressiveness in the cage. Very physical, very violent and aggressive. Doesn't match that calm demeanor that you see him walking around with before the fight.
Well, we know how disappointed he was last event when he was supposed to fight Brandon Webb, and the fight didn't happen at the last second at the weigh-ins. It all fell through. So you know that Dylan Cala was really itching to fight. So, I mean, this is a big release for him just to get all that out and fight somebody. So
look at that straight arm. Is he looking for a straight arm bar there? I actually thought that's what he was almost about to have there. That would have been a first.
He's so creative with his submissions, Matt. We've seen it time and time again. He has such great grappling.
It's very cerebral mixed martial artist.
Well, that's why he's like a head coach. I mean, that's why he gets that designation, because he's that good, and he's such a good thinker that he can teach other fighters, even that are longer in the career than he is, to be a better fighter. It's incredible.
I mean, this has been a clinic so far in the first opening minutes of this round.
I don't like that. I don't like that for Kongo. Dylan Cala squeezing with all that he has. He's not underneath the chin.
He doesn't have it, but he's looking for it, though.
Kongo doesn't look like he's in a good place right now. Maybe it's just his demeanor. I'd never seen him fight before, but he doesn't look like he's in a good place.
And Cala seems to make this look easy. I mean, he moves slow and methodically, but everything is with purpose. I mean, every movement he makes, including this one, I mean, how often do you see that?
No wasted effort. Let's just put
None.
it that way.
And he looks like he was about to go for another arm bar there, and instead going to settle for the choke. I don't think Kongo can get out of this one.
He's got his arm up like he's going to tap, and he's got that pretty tight. He's just squeezing on the head, trying to pop it off.
Yeah, he'd like to lift him up and get that right elbow underneath the chin a little bit more.
Gosh, how good is Dylan Cala right now?
How good is he? He didn't force that, and he could have, but he didn't. And I think he realized that it wasn't there.
Bakatukanda is trying to lift him up, but I'll tell you, he may end up sub just from that. That was a nice pickup and drop there by Bakatukanda.
Or was it? Because that triangle looks like it's there. I mean, he's got to pull that.
I don't see him getting out of this match.
Well, he's got to hook that right leg, that right ankle over the knee. There he goes.
I think he's going to finish him from here. I really do.
Yeah, that looks tight. He's got to feel good about this one, Cyrus Feast.
He knows where to go with it. He is a grappler through and through, as Dylan Cala.
Watch him pull the arm over and pull the head down, or maybe just throw some shots to soften him up, or he's going to transition to the armbar. He may have this. Kongo in a tough spot right now. Dylan Cala looking to finish with a sub here in the first round.
Wow.
Wow.
But give Kongo some credit to survive all these submission attempts. Most fighters would have been done by now, but Dylan Cala can't quite put him away here. You see on the back of his trunks the African assassin, Kongo Bakatukanda. Now you got to watch here. He could end up in a very precarious position. Dumps him, and it looks like he's got it locked in.
Wow. What a beautiful sweep from the slam into mount position, Dylan Cala.
It's insane.
How technical is this guy, Cyrus Feast?
It's a clinic. It's an absolute clinic,
It
man.
really is.
Dylan Cala just seems to transition so smoothly and so seamlessly from submission to submission, and he's really just controlled this fight, but he cannot put Kongo away. I'm extremely impressed with Bakatukanda.
And right when
Look
it
at that,
seems like...
just shrugged him off. That's power. That's a lot of power. It's a lot of strength. He's looking for a big right hand. Big looping right hand doesn't land.
Good punches.
Now you look at the strikes of Dylan Cala.
And as soon as you think Dylan Cala's in a bad position, you realize quickly that he actually has his opponent in a bad position. It kind of reverses it.
Dylan Cala is still such a young fighter, and I really see some big things for him. And even in other organizations, I hate to say it, but that's not a good thing.
That was direct.
That is not good stuff at all. Dylan Cala is going to try to shake that one off. Take a little walk. Blake Grice making sure he goes to a neutral corner and doesn't get any extra talking to. Of course, Dylan being a coach, I mean, he kind of coaches himself, doesn't he?
Well, you know, fighter safety is paramount here at the USFFC, so when this sort of thing happens, the fighter is given 5 minutes to collect themselves.
It doesn't get much better than Blake Grice when it comes to that. He's so good at protecting these fighters. He's world-renowned, and here we go, right back to it.
All right, they meet. Punches from Cala, backing his man up.
Nice rush there by Cala, but everything is just to set up the takedown, to set up that ground game. He doesn't stay on the feet too long.
Cala's had to duck some mean overhand rights from the African assassin. Like that one.
Cala getting great instruction here from Ricky Rainey, and we know how good his striking is. And he says Dylan Cala has those hands, so. Just jockeying for position right now. Up against the fence, they're going to end things. He was going to end there in a dominant position. Now Kongo pouring it on at the end. Man, you can't put that guy away, can you?
Tell you what.
Bakatukanda, very impressive.
Tough as nails, come from a camp that, you know, breeds them tough as nails over there.
No, you're right.
I mean, no one from the American top team is going to get accused of not being tough, and certainly displaying that. Now Cala showing probably the more technical prowess of the two, perhaps landing the more precise exchanges, but certainly Kongo, particularly there at the end, was able to land some shots of his own.
No, without a doubt.
There's the replay. You see him picking up Dylan Cala, but look at this. I mean, to me, this is incredible. You'd think he's going to get hurt right here, but he literally rolls that over into a sweep like he was planning to sweep him before he even went down.
No, he was.
In his head, he already knew.
He's one step ahead, 100%. One step ahead is Dylan Cala the entire time, but it has to be frustrating. You know, normally he would submit somebody by this time, especially with that many attempts. But Bakatukanda is hanging in there, and that might be a little demoralizing and a little frustrating for Dylan Cala. We'll see how he comes here in the second round.
Well, you know, size, speed, and power matter, but this is really a chess match when you're looking at guys that are this good. I mean, it's certainly who can mess up first, who can make the more costly mistake first.
Exactly. And here we go, right back to action. Round number 2, Dylan Cala and Kongo. Kongo with a nice short right hook. Uh-oh, here we go. Ooh, and he caught him with the right-handed Cala there as they were falling.
Kongo's got some tough punches he wings out there, like that one.
And this is turning out to be a really exciting fight.
Yeah, it is.
And, you know, coming in, just looking at the records, we thought it would be, but sometimes that can be deceiving depending on their opponents, but I think this has been matched perfectly.
Now, is there any possibility that Dylan Cala is a little frustrated by his, you know, he's doing good, but Kongo just keeps on coming.
He does, and I think he's gonna switch levels. He's gonna dump him.
Kongo looking for the takedown, trying to get those hands grasped behind the legs of Dylan Cala, and he has him.
Nice takedown, but what can he do with it? Dylan Cala strategizing, turns him around, and
what a nice
back.
sweep that was.
That was a beautiful transition. Oh, Dylan Cala seamlessly transitioning to the back, now up underneath that neck. Kongo doing a great job of keeping his chin down and not letting Cala in.
Yeah, Cala did a good job of grabbing that leg before Kongo could stand up on it. Now in a good side mount. This is not where you want to be, underneath Dylan Cala in a side mount like this.
No, not at all. He's just cycling through his possible submissions right now, and he's going to try everything. Watch for Kongo. He might end up in a really bad position. He's turned over, he's cranked, and I think that's it.
I'm not even sure.
Oh, he's up underneath that neck. I'll tell you, man, I think he's going to finish him from there.
Are you kidding me?
Kongo gets out of it. Wow.
I've never seen a side mount sweep like that. I mean, I'm not anywhere near the jiu-jitsu level of these guys, but that was a very unique reversal for me.
Gosh, how long can he keep this up, Matt? how long can Kongo keep this up, just continuing to thwart these submissions?
Cala's technical prowess is really something else to watch here tonight. I mean,
You know, and
I'm seeing stuff I don't see, and I've seen thousands and thousands of fights.
Yeah, right. Say me too. And you know, Cala.
That could be it right there, Cyrus Fees.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep. He's flattening him out. I think he's going to get. No, I'm not even going to say anything because I just don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Every time I think it's over, it's not.
It's not. You're right.
Oh, but it looks like it's hard to see. I think he may have him.
I know it's bad for Kongo right here. That's for sure. One way or the other. Cala looks like he's trying to force this one. He may be trying to bring this one home. He taps.
And he taps. Wow. Dylan Cala.
Unbelievable fight between these two warriors. Wow, it is
a lot of credit. Wow, he hung in there and thwarted so many submissions, but it was just not his night. Normally, I think Kongo wins against most opponents, but Dylan Cala was just too special tonight.
Dylan Cala is not your average opponent, there's for sure.
No, he sure isn't. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Grice stops the fight at 236, round number 2. Your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, Dylan the Future Cala. All right, Dylan Cala. I'll go ahead and get a picture. Go ahead, get it. All right, Dylan, congratulations on the win. Man, it was a clinic just to watch what you were doing there. Were you frustrated at all because he really got out of a lot of tight submissions? He survived a lot of nice attempts by you that had to frustrate you a little bit that you couldn't put him away earlier.
I knew he was going to be tough, man. I knew he was going to be strong. He was going to be tough when we first started. Figured the first 5 minutes, he'd slip out of submissions, and I just figured, I'd weather the storm and didn't get the off like I wanted to on my feet, but I put these guys on their back and I finished them. So.
Coach, we remember what happened last event. You were supposed to fight Brandon Webb. It didn't happen at the last minute. You had to be chomping at the bit to get inside of a cage and to fight at that point.
Yeah, man, it was, I guess 2 months ago. Fight fell through the night before the fight. So I'm always trying, I'm always preparing to be the best. So it sucked that day, but I got right back in the gym and started working on this one, so.
Where do you think you are? I mean, just on a national scale with the 135s, you're looking really good right now. That was a quality win. What's next for you, and where do you think you are in that division?
Man, I think I'm one of the best in the world, man, and I believe that. I train with the best. I'm ready to compete against the best in the world. I feel like in the next fight or two, I'll be on that big stage competing with the best in the world.
Who do you want to thank?
Man, I want to thank everybody. I got so many people here, man. So many people from out of town, from New York, Ohio, Florida, everywhere, man. I just want to thank everyone who came out. Everyone else who's not here for me. Just thanks for coming and supporting the MMA scene. I appreciate it.
Last question. Who are you voting for, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump? I'm just kidding. Screw all that. Get out of here. Get out of here.